said astigmatism in my soul.
Sean, what's up?
Astigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Okay. What is it, man?
Astigmatism in my soul.
Okay. You got it, man?
Astigmatism. Do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
Yo!
Put your mind.
Yo! What's up? But what if it's hard, though, man?
If it's hard, it's gonna be hard. If it's easy, it's gonna be easy. It's all about what you think.
Okay, I can dig that. Love you, Sean.
Me too.
Yo, share this link, man. Share this link. Share this link.
Stigmatism in my soul.
Share this link.
So, you see it, you hear it.
Share this link.
Channel.
Dopest channel on YouTube.
Share this link.
You hear it.
Share this link. Share this link. Shout out to all the
Thanks
subscribers.
for coming to the channel, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out
Thank
to
you.
all the subscribers.
Shout out to all the subscribers, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.
Shout out to all the subscribers. Yo, what's up, y'all? What's going on, man? Welcome to the podcast with Soul. September the 5th, 2021. It's 4:08 in the PM. We on the East Coast, state of New Jersey, city of Bloomfield to be exact. Welcome to the show. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody that has been subscribing. The channel is growing. How many subscribers I'm up to now? 16. Over 1,600, man. So the next stop is going to be 2,000. We on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Who I got to shout out, man? Another kid from London. London's been showing love, man. Shout out to Gabrielle Simmons, man, over in the UK, West Sussex. Bought Volume 2 and Volume 3. Appreciate that. And then I got to give a shout out to my man, Massimo Mancini. He's over in London as well. Playsto. Bought Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. He's going to get a free t-shirt. He want that black joint with the Fed look on it. Shout out to him. The books are on the way. I got an email today from the printer. They are on the way. I had a problem with the credit card payment, so I got to fix that. I'm going to fix that probably Tuesday morning because the banks are closed. Fix that Tuesday morning. Pay them. The books will be shipped probably this week. I'll have the books probably by the end of this week, which will be probably figure about another week. By the 12th, the books will be here, and then I'll start shipping out the books. I told y'all when y'all first pre-ordered that they would ship in September, and they will ship in September. Who else I got to give a shout out to, man? Shout out to my man Scene, Chilltown, Jersey City represent. Spoke to him today. You know, life is good. Let's talk about it. Physical fitness and its impact on self-esteem. Self-confidence, building your self-confidence. Can you build self-confidence? Do you get self-confidence and can you lose it? When you lose it, can you get it back? What are some things you could do to build your self-confidence? I'm a confident guy. I only could give you what works for me. I don't know if what works for me will work for you. We have different demeanors. We have different outlooks on life. We have different ways that we see things. It may not work for me like it works for you. I don't know. But you take what you can and what you can't, you throw it away. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Lady J, Charles Brown, Aiden, Forley Gunby. Forley Gunby. Who's this guy? What is this all about? K-Mac. K-Mac. Shout out to K-Mac and his 3 sons, his 2 sons and his daughter. Shout out to them. I believe 100%. I believe 100%. And this I've done through empirical research, meaning that I've done it myself. I've experimented myself and watched it myself. I 1000% believe that your physical fitness has a direct impact on your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-perception, everything dealing with self. Because I've been out of shape. I've been fat. Sean G been fat, man. Sean G been fat, man. I was fat, man. K-Mac, thank you for that donation. Thank you for the super chat, man. Love you, homeboy. We got to talk. We got to get on the horn this week and catch up. Get our minds right for the week. I've been fat. When I went to prison, I was 194 pounds, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, constant acid reflux, borderline diabetic. I was 45 years old. I'm 5'7", I'm a short man, and I was 194 pounds. I was almost 200 pounds. That's fat. That's overweight. That's obese. And I wasn't too apt to take my shirt off. I would, but I was fat. I had a gut. And when I got to prison and I started working out, the way we worked out in there, the physical fitness game, this shit, I had never seen anything like this in my life. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Share this link. Share this link. Share this link. Share this link.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
I had never worked out like this ever before. I had never seen human beings work out like this ever before. And by the time I left prison, I was there for 15 months, 15 days, and 19 hours. My man Kev used to say, man, you ain't doing nothing but some old wine head time, man. You ain't, the more wine head time. 16 months in prison is a long time. Go spend 2 days. Go spend a Friday and a Saturday downtown in the holding cell, and then let it be a holiday Monday and you don't go to court to Tuesday, and you tell me how long that feels. It's a long time. I went in 194, out of shape. I wasn't on no medication. When I came out, I was 172, lean, cut, and ripped, strong. And I had an entirely different look physically, and I had an entirely different look mentally. Because what physical fitness can do for you is physical fitness causes you to set goals. You look at yourself, you be like, man, I don't look right. This ain't right. I need y'all to hit that like button. There's 16 of y'all in here. I got 12 likes. Y'all jerking me, man. Y'all jerking me. Primitive training in here. I see you. Call me when you get to the States, man. Did you get your shirt? I sent my man a shirt, my man from Spain. Sent him a shirt, man. The Spanish post office then jammed up the shirt. We done lost the shirt. Call me when you get to the States. When you work out, you set goals. You look at yourself, you say, yo, I don't like this. I'm too skinny. I'm too fat. I don't squat enough. I don't deadlift enough. I don't bench enough. I don't curl enough. So when you start, you begin to set goals, small goals. You see, you go out there, you squat, you get on the squat rack, you put a 45 on each side, 135, and you try to get 10 reps. You can't get the 10 reps, you could get 7. So you struggle to get the 7s, you re-rack, you struggle to get the 7, you re-rack the weight, and then you put it in your mind, you say, man, I only got 7. I wanted to get 10. So now you set a goal for yourself. And, well, well, let me keep it on me. That's what I would do. Somebody who is not into achieving, that maybe don't care how they look, they may say, all right, I got 7, I'm good, and leave it alone. But I would say, man, I got to get 10. So what I would do is I would keep working. I would go out. I would keep squatting until I could get 8. And once I got 8, I would say, well, now I'm going to get 9, right? A week would go by, I go back out, I get 9. I feel good about me because I said something to myself that I wanted to do, and then I went out and achieved it. That's a goal-setting example, right? That's a real live goal-setting exercise, going from 7 reps to 8. You see yourself achieve. You were there with yourself going from the 7th rep, going back down in the deep squat in the bucket. We go in the bucket when we squat, coming up and you doing 8, and you re-rack the weight and you say, I did that shit. You say, I did that shit. That's a real world in your life, personal and upfront in your face, goal-setting exercise that you conquer. This is points for you. And what you do is you go from 8 to 9, from 9 to 10. So just this little small thing of just the squats, going from 7 to 8, your self-esteem boosts mentally. You saw yourself do it. Your belief in yourself goes up. Now you're pushing yourself. You get to 9, another notch on your belt. You're feeling even better. You're reflecting on your reference point when you can only do 7. Now you're doing 9. Now you want to go from 9 to 10. You get to 10. You re-rack the weight. You come up off that. I did that shit. I did that shit. I did it. These are goal-setting examples. And it's you, with you, by you, for you, on you, around you, with you, by you. There's no help. There's no cheering section. You're not going to get none of that from the outside. You're cheering when you achieve these goals yourself. You have to do this for yourself right here. Listen. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Good job, Sean. You got to do that. This is the beginning. Then you move from the squat rack to the incline press. You want to be able to hit 225 on the incline or whatever. Then you move from the incline to the push-ups. From the push-ups to the track. From the track to the pull-up bar. From the pull-up bar to the burpees. And you use these things as proof positive evidence that you can achieve. That you can achieve. And then it begins to show. So mentally, you achieving these goals. And you don't have to go to prison to do this. You could do this wherever you at. I was just using that as an example. You're achieving these goals and you're getting serious threefold benefits. Physically, physical's last. Spiritually, which is internal. You're feeling good about yourself because you're seeing yourself do this. You're showing yourself love. You're nurturing yourself. You're caring for yourself. Mentally, you're visibly seeing yourself achieve these things. You're watching it. And then lastly, the physical results begin to show, and you look in the mirror and you see how you look. You benefiting all the way around. You benefiting all the way around. Hit that like button, y'all. Thank you in advance. Shout out to y'all. You benefiting all the way around. This is how you can boost your self-esteem. This is how you can boost your self-confidence. This is how you can boost your self-love. This is how you can get rid of your self-hatred. This is one way. This is one avenue. K-Mac said it, ain't no cheering section. Now, let's take it away from there. Let's get out of the physical fitness. Let's come into life. Let's come into life. You got a domestic situation. You married with your wife. You got a lady. Y'all got kids. You got an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife. You got kids, an ex-fiance. You got kids. And you split up. And this happens to a lot of men. This is where a lot of men lose their heart. This is where a lot of men let their nuts get ripped off. When you watch these animals in the wild, these animal channels, and you watch them fight, you see two hyenas fight, you see two leopards fight, you see two lions fight, or whatever. The two males, the first thing they do is that they sit on their hind parts. They sit on their nuts. They don't want to let, especially if a lion is being attacked by 2 or 3 lions, one lion is always trying to go to the back so he can bite his nuts and rip his nuts off. Once that's done, all his strength is gone. The lion is finished. That's the beginning of the end. All his strength, all his testosterone, all his manhood, all his masculinity, everything that he's about is wrapped up in his testicles. So he tries to protect that at all costs. Because even if he loses the fight, if he can leave the fight with his nuts, he got a chance to make a comeback. So with these domestic situations and when these split ups with these ladies and these children are involved, a lot of dudes, they get afraid when the woman throws out, I put you on child support, I take you to court. We get afraid because we don't want no part of that. We believe that the courts are slanted and biased towards the mother, which it very well may be. We begin to think, oh, I have no win. Oh, let me not fight. Let me make it easy on her so I can at least get to call my kids and see my kids. And your self-confidence goes right out of the window. Your self-confidence goes right out of the window. Now, once she sees that, once she feels that vibration, because we're human, we operate on mental and verbal stimuli. Yes, when I tell you to go lock that door, that's verbal stimuli. You go do it. But there is other stimuli called body language. There's other stimuli called eye contact. There's other stimuli that's called slump shoulders. There's other stimuli that goes with the head down. There's other stimuli that is erect. There's other stimuli that's vibrating. And when these women see, and they can hear it through the phone, your inflection of your voice in the phone, your tone, they can begin to bully you, and your self-esteem goes in the basement. So what do? You have to fight back. You have to fight back. I take you to court. I put your... Let's go. Let's go. When you want to go? When you want to go? You gonna lose work. You gonna have to take off work. You gonna get in trouble on your job. Man, that job don't mean nothing. Don't mean more than my kids. When you want to go? I'll be there. That boosts your self-confidence. And if she does go through with it, and the court date arrives, and you show up, even though you're scared and you may lose and you know you may be going into a losing situation, but you show up and you speak on behalf of you and your life, your self-esteem goes up, even if it don't go in your favor. Your self-confidence and your self-esteem goes up. And she sees that because she was there. Damn, I didn't think that nigga was going to come down. I didn't think he was going to come. He came and he spoke up. These are the types of things that can build or tear down your self-confidence. You got to stand on your square in these areas when you're dealing with these women. You got to convey. I'm the nigga. I wear drawers. I don't wear bra and panties. You wear bra and panties. I don't wear bra and panties. I wear boxers, and sometimes I put on some briefs. But I got the cream of life. You got the egg. I keep the hyenas away, not you. When you eating by yourself, the hyenas come and take the food from you. It could be 30 of them. I could be there eating. Not nan one of them will come up and try me. You got to convey that to yourself first. You got to see yourself driving down to the court, parking your car. You got to see yourself getting your file. You got to see yourself going into the courtroom. You got to see yourself taking the stand, and the judge says, well, what do you got to say? You got to see yourself. Well, this is what I got to say. You don't run from that. You unemployed. You ain't got no job. You got no income. Somebody's taking care of you. You live with your mother. You live with your aunt, your grandmother, whoever, or you live with a woman. And you smoke weed all day and play goddamn Minecraft and NBA 2K. Talking about, yo, I'm LeBron James. Who you got? I'm Kawhi Leonard. I'm Kawhi. And you 33 years old. Or you 27 years old. Or you in your 40s. You got the game fucked up. Your self-esteem is down. Because you're not contributing anything. You going into the refrigerator, you eating up everything, you not putting nothing in the refrigerator. Your self-esteem is in the basement. You're probably not working out. Your self-confidence is low. So what do? You put the goddamn game down, you turn the game off, You get your ass up. You borrow $20, $25 to go get you a haircut and a shave, and you go out and you look for a job. Even if you go all day and you don't get a job, just the fact that you saw yourself get up and go out and look and open doors and knock on doors. I see your help wanted sign out there. I'm here. Well, we just hired somebody, man. We don't need nobody right now. All right. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. On to the next. These are self-boosting, self-manufactured, self-boosting exercises to increase your love of self and how you see yourself. You're not going to get this from nobody. The people that's been taking care of you going to say, nigga, did you get a job? Did you get one? You ain't get one? But you have to block that out, and you have to tell yourself that you made a move today that you haven't made in the last 3 years. You've been sitting on your ass with your finger in your ass for 3 years doing nothing. But you finally got up and got the will to go out and look and fill out some applications. You filled out 7 applications. You didn't get not one serious hit. But a couple things happened. The sun, moon, and stars saw you get up and get out there. And when you take one step, God will take 2 for you. He gonna meet you halfway. But as long as you sitting there with that weed, rolling that weed, and goddamn, you got the music in your ear, you smoking weed, and you playing a game at the same time, and surfing Instagram at the same time, man, God ain't finna do nothing for you. You got nothing coming but hard times. Yeah, that's all you got coming. You get out, you come home, nothing happened. You still got your fresh cut. Your haircut gonna be good for 4 days. So what you do, the next day you get up, you go back out. Now, you feeling more confident when you talk. Now, you getting desperate. You saying, man, I'm gonna take anything. Man, I'm finna go in this Burger King. If they tell me I could work the fry station right now, I'm changing my clothes right now. Because sometimes you got to take a job that you don't want in order to show the universe and the sun, moon, and stars that you're willing to work, and that you willing to do this, to wait on it to give you something better and more what it knows that you really, really want. But I'm going to do this right here for now, God, because I got to show you, because I ain't been showing you nothing, but I got to show you now that I want to do something. So I'm going to take this job sweeping these hallways, right? Emptying these trash cans from the beginning just to show you that I'm real. Yeah. That I'm serious. These are things that you could do to boost your self-esteem. And although you're going to be on that job making $15 an hour, barely able to make any money after they take out taxes, it's still a step up for you, because you ain't doing shit anyway, because somebody taking care of you anyway. You living with somebody else anyway. You ain't no real man. You live with somebody. Somebody take care of you. That's what it is. So that little check that you'll be getting is going to be getting you ready for the big check. These are things that you could do to help boost your self-esteem, man. And you gotta talk to yourself, man. You gotta talk to yourself. You gotta find it. You gotta find it to start talking a different message to yourself. Especially if you was like me and you constantly told yourself that you weren't worthy. If you were like me and you and you constantly told yourself that you couldn't do it. If you were like me and you told yourself you constantly expected to lose, you constantly expected it to not work out, and you would reinforce this by telling yourself that. I did myself like that for many years. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I got enough people that hate me. I got enough people that want to see me lose. I don't have to help them. I got to help me. Let them know that I'm better than you. Positive self-talk, positive self-affirmations, positive axioms, positive maxims, positive axioms. You reading a book or you read something that hits you hard in your chest, write it down, commit it to memory. The individual must control the deepest perception of himself, lest he be overwhelmed by the forces of negativity and defeat in those around him. The individual must control the deepest perception of himself, lest he be overwhelmed by the forces of negativity and defeat by those around him. I read that in a book called The Monk That Sold His Ferrari. I read that 5 years ago, over 5 years ago. I committed it to memory. No matter what everybody else is saying around you, it's unimportant vis-a-vis and compared to what you telling you. They all could be saying you ain't no good. They all could be saying you can't do it. They all could be saying you ain't shit. They all could be saying you a nobody. They all could be saying that you less than. They all could be saying you can't do it. They all could be saying it's too hard. They all could be saying you could lose, and it's thousands of them. But that shit don't mean nothing if you telling yourself, man, nigga, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. Sean, what's up?
Stigmatism, man, what's up?
If you telling yourself that, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work out. Because it's coming from you in your life. It's your life. It's your self-talk to you. You are encountering that circumstance. You got to overcome that adversity. You got to overcome that obstacle. You got to overcome that setback. You got to overcome that reverse. You got to overcome that defeat. Fuck them. It don't matter what they say. It matter what you say. Man, it could be thousands of them. You gonna come through with flying colors looking like new money because you having that conversation with you. You saying, man, I hear these niggas, man, but I really don't hear them. Conversely, on the flip side of that coin, check me out.
I said astigmatism in my soul.
It could be 10,000s of them, tens of thousands telling you, you could do it, Sean. Man, you got it. You could do it. You can make it. You can overcome. You can surmount that obstacle. You can turn around your life. You can stop getting high. You can stop drinking. You can stop gambling. You can stop smoking weed. You can get a new girl. You could get a new life. They all could be telling you this in concert. But if you telling yourself, man, I don't know if I could do it. Man, I don't really know. It's going to be hard. I'm scared. Man, I don't know. I tried it before. It didn't work. I don't know if I could do it. You know what? You ain't gonna do it. The biggest conversation I have in my day is the conversation I have with me. And sometimes I get in the car and I say, Sean, don't put on no music. You ride around in this motherfucker in total silence. Don't put on the radio. Don't put on talk radio. Leave everything off and ride around with you and your thoughts, and let your thoughts be born, grow, and die a natural death. And I have a conversation with me. When I'm in the car and I got the music on, and I'm looking around, and I can't concentrate because I got this external influence coming in. I got to turn everything off. The most important conversation and the biggest conversation that you're gonna have in your life is with you. So you better goddamn tell yourself some good shit about yourself. I sound like a broken record. I keep repeating this. You know, your body language is important. Your eye contact is important. All of this stuff is important, man. You know, all of this stuff is important, man. I was gonna say something about Little Sean. What was I gonna say? You know, this is what I was gonna say. You know, my son, he's a shy kid. I was shy. All the traits that I had growing up, he got them. Even the character defects that I had as a child, I passed them on to him. The difference now is my father wasn't there to help me with mine and let me know it's okay to have them. Okay, you got them. I'm going to help you fix them. I had to goddamn figure it out on my own. I had to crash and burn several times. And Sean has them, but the beauty is I'm here to help him through that and coach him through it and eradicate those defects, right? So ever since he was a little boy, I always told him, I make him, when he goes into the store, you know, to get a pack of gum or Gatorade. He likes Snapple, to get a Snapple tea. You know, I always tell him, you know, you speak, you look, definitely if it's another man, I tell him, you look another man in the eye when you talk. Because kids have a tendency to look down when they're talking to another man. You know, that's part of being a kid. I get that part. It could be other things, lack of belief, you know. It could be a bunch of things, but I teach him now, and I've been teaching him, he's 10. I've been teaching him that since he was 5. You look another man, and when he shakes another dude, you know, a man come and want to shake his hand or give him a pound, I tell him, don't give him no soft pound. You give him a pound, and you look him in the eye. I teach him that. You know, when you look somebody in the eye, when you speaking to them, man, not only are they getting stimulated by your verbal stimuli, your verbal message, but when they see you peering in their eyes, they getting another message too. If they see you, goddamn, you looking all around and you can't look them in the eye, everything you say, you hear that, you sending a message that way too, that you full of shit, that what you saying may not be right and exact. If you talking to them and you looking down and you can't look them in the eye, you sending another message too. I always teach Sean to look another man in the eye when he talk to him, man. Always. You know, speak up when he talk to me. Look me in the eye. You know? These are things that you have to practice. You know? These are things that build your self-confidence, man. These are the things that help build mine. What I'm telling you, everything I'm telling you, ain't nothing what somebody done told me. Man, I got 40 people in the room and 40 likes, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Man, shout out to y'all, man. Yeah. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank you. I didn't read this nowhere. Nobody told me this. I didn't get this intravenously. I didn't take no pill. This is my life. And that's what y'all see that thing spinning around right there, that Fed look, that logo, I got that Fed look. That's what this means. That's what that Fed look means. That is the essence of that look and that stare on that image on my logo. That it's that look in the person's eye that they're not going to be denied, that they've been down in the dipsy dumpster, that they've been fucked up all the way down. But they made a decision and they made an oath to themselves that they were going to come back. John Herman's say the truth. Speak your mind when you talk to people. Another booster of self-confidence. When you lie to people and when you deceive and manipulate, you lower your self-esteem. You lower your self-confidence. Because in essence, you're putting that other person above you, that they are your superior. You feel like you have to lie to them instead of sharing your truth and letting them know we are equals. But that's the whole meaning behind that look. It has nothing to do. It has a little to do with me going to federal prison. And it was a saying that we had when we was in there. I got that Fed look. But the thing about it was, I got that look. I got that look that my body looked right. I got that look that I can achieve goals because I've done it, because look at how my body look. I got that look that I'm a goal setter and I'm a goal achiever. Look at what I've come back from. I got that look, that Fed look is I got love for me on the spiritual tip. I nurture me. I say nice things to me. I treat me right. That Fed look encompasses all of that, man. A lot of y'all ask me, what does it mean? A lot of y'all think, because I do a lot of my videos, I talk about prison workouts, and I'm never going to stop talking about prison. My prison experience, my prison workouts, that was my life. This is a part of my life. This is my life. That experience is a part of my life. And I love it. I've accepted it. It's a part of me that I can never change. I'm not embarrassed about it. I don't wear no scarlet letter. Like I got a big F on my chest, felon. I don't allow other people's perception of me and my prison experience dictate how I feel about me, because I know that they want to hold that over my head, because in the essence, when they really drill down into me and they drill down into my essence, they really admire me. They really celebrate me and they really adore me, and they look up to me because they are not sure that they could have made it through that experience of what I went through. And they see that I have and come back. That's why they are drawn to me. That's why I'm magnetic to a lot of people. That nigga survived that. But those that usually have low self-esteem, they have big titles in society, they have a lot of money, status, reputation in society, they will try to be the ones to hold these stigmas over you. to try to kidnap your mind and get your mind and put it in their pocket to have you turn against you thinking you ain't shit because they trying to make you feel like you ain't shit because they want to stay over you because they know they really beneath you because they know they don't know if they could have survived what you did. And they don't look how you look. They don't got that killer attitude that you got. They don't got that consistency you got. They don't got that body that you got. They don't got that confidence that you got. That all they got is a Land Rover. All they got is a 5,000 square foot house. All they got is a 3-car garage. All they got is an American Express car. That's all they got. And if they was to ever lose that, they probably would go jump off a goddamn building straight on their motherfucking head. Yeah. Sean, what's up?
Stigmatism, man, what's up?
So I don't allow what people say about me. That's why I always talk about my prison experience, you know. That was the place where I got an extreme amount of confidence from going through that experience. It was 5 years from investigation to incarceration to getting off of supervised release, probation. And I went through it. I took my case on my chin. I was the only one on my case. You can look my paperwork up. You can go on Pacer. You can look my paperwork up. I didn't tell on nobody. I had the option to. I went to Morgantown, FCI Morgantown. Made it through that. Got out. And been out ever since. Didn't violate, didn't go back, no recidivism here. You know, started over from scratch. We all got a past. A lot of y'all's self-esteem is fucked up because you ashamed of your past. You can't run from your life. That's a part of your life. There may be parts of your life that may be embarrassing, but it's still your life. And you can't allow that to hold you back. That's why I admire a lot of these dudes, man, these real tough guys. Gang members and murderers, and a lot of them dudes, man, they were molested as children, and they start to talk about it now openly on TV, on camera. They probably for a long time allowed that situation to affect how they viewed themselves, kept their self-esteem low. Life didn't mean anything. A lot of these things would happen to them when they were kids. They were robbed of their youth. So they became real violent killers, real violent people because they were hurt. And at some point, some of them start to reconcile with themselves. Maximus Zorro Cell, I started watching your podcast a few days back, man. Feel more positive and have more of a positive outlook now, bro. You the man, Sean. Maximus, love you, man. Thank you for that super chat. They begin to see the correlation between their child abuse and how they behaved in their teens. They begin to see the correlation between being put in a foster home and how they went through their teen years in their early 20s. They begin to see the correlation of being sexually molested as a child and how that turned out in their teen and early 20 years. You know, and then they they know that the only way, they know the reason why they responded and were acting the way they were acting was because they were trying to keep it a secret. They were trying to keep their life a secret. That part of their life a secret. My back itching. Look at that bicep right there. I scratch my back with a ruler. What you scratch your back with? I got a back scratcher in there, but I ain't going in there. I'm gonna scratch it with this ruler. Look at my chest. Your chest don't look like this. Your chest don't look like this at 52. You don't look like this. I'm fat though. I'm fat, but I'm gonna get it right. Your chest don't look like this. Your chest don't look like that. My chest look better than your chest. They begin to, people keep these parts of their lives a secret. And secrets keep us sick. Secrets keep us sick. Secrets keep us sick. Sick in the sense that we don't never achieve no self-love. Sick in the sense that our self-esteem remains low. We never get high self-esteem. Sick in the sense that we never get self-confidence. Sick in the sense that we hate who we are. Sick in the sense in we hate our lives. Sick in the sense in we hate the people that did that to us. Sick in the sense that we're embarrassed and humiliated by what happened to us, and we try to keep it a secret. And these secrets manifest in other ways. And what these dudes, they end up coming out saying, yo, man, I was molested as a child, man, but I don't gangbang no more. I don't kill no more. I don't run the streets no more. It's like a relief valve for them, man. It's like a pressure relief. And same thing with females, man. A lot of young women were sexually molested by their fathers, brothers, cousins, uncles, grandfathers, other family members, and they hurt, and they grow up to lead these sexually promiscuous lives. They indulge in sexual promiscuity. They can't keep good relationships. They always having sex with different men. They going from man to man to man to man. These are some of the things, man, that you got to reconcile. I was humiliated when I went to prison, man. I was humiliated when I got busted. They put my name in the paper. They put my name, I was on the internet. I was embarrassed, man. I had lost all my money. Look at that trap right there. Look at that trap right there. You see that trap? You see that trap? I don't even do traps. Look at them traps right there. Look at them traps right there. Your traps don't look like that. Look at them traps right there. Look at them traps. And, my case was very public. Word had got out. Where I live, in the town where I live, in a couple towns, the whole New York City metropolitan area, Sean got busted by the feds. The stories were going crazy. Chadwick Wilson, we going deep, Big Bear Triller. Don't fuck with me, Big Bear Triller. Yeah. I ain't scared of y'all. And I tried to keep face. I tried to save my face rather than save my ass. And, it wasn't until I got to prison, I tell this story all the time, was where I couldn't fake it no more. I couldn't keep face no more. I was in the feds, laying in a bunk bed on the top. Flat busted, disgusted, couldn't be trusted. A lot of mental illness comes from childhood trauma, undealt with, shame related to childhood trauma, humiliation related to childhood trauma. Look up the word shame, man. Look up that definition. I looked that word up. I copied it down. I got it in my notebook. Shame. That's that. I'm gonna look it up for y'all. I wrote it down. This is my notebook. This is my notebook that I bought off the commissary in federal prison, man. That I used to write. Look at all my writings I did. I write, man. I ain't like you. I don't goddamn play no. I don't smoke no weed. I don't smoke no weed. I wrote all this. This is just one of my notebooks. I got about 7 more over there. But let me look up the word. I'm gonna look up the definition of the word shame because I looked it up. I don't smoke no weed. I don't smoke no weed. I used to smoke weed in 81. 1981. You wasn't even born yet. The weed I smoked was better than the weed you smoked. You smoking that rabbit cabbage. That shit they call that comeback. Where's shame at? Shame. All right, here we go. Shame. Right here. Shame. Check this definition out. You got to look these words up. Look up the word embarrass. Look up the word humiliation. Look up the word shame. These are some powerful, powerful things, right? And I know we kind of think we know what they mean, but to look them up really makes them hit home. Shame, a painful emotion caused by consciousness of guilt, shortcoming, or impropriety. 2, a condition of humiliating disgrace or disrepute, ignominy. 3, something that brings censure or reproach, also something to be regretted, pity. But listen, number 1, a painful emotion caused by the consciousness of guilt, a condition of humiliating disgrace. Yeah, but see, the guilt, it don't even really be our fault. That stuff that didn't happen don't even really be our fault. But we just been carrying that shit all along all these years, and, we end up with mental health issues, anger problems. We've become very violent at the slightest little thing, because something that happened to me back in 1976 that I ain't dealt with, somebody bumped me in the store here in 2019, and I'm ready to goddamn fly off the handle. And that wasn't even my fault. But nobody wants to talk about this kind of stuff, man. The buffoonery is the order of the day. This is a buffoonery-free zone. Yeah. What is it, Sean?
I said astigmatism in my soul.
This is a buffoonery-free zone. You will find no black buffoonery here. You will find no black buffoonery here. You will find me. You find no court jester. I'm not a court jester. I'm not a scratch head. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to entertain you. This ain't that. This is stigmatism in my soul. Go buy my book, man. Go buy my book. All y'all go buy my book. Somebody told me, said, Sean, man, you should do a membership for your podcast and make them pay to hear the stuff you be talking about, because don't nobody else talk about the stuff you talk about. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that, because I love my subscribers. I love the people that follow me. And if I can help them somewhere in their life, then that's what I'm gonna do. If they can, 51 people in the live, 53 likes. Oh, snap. Somebody gave me a thumbs down. Let's give him a shout out. Shout out to the motherfucker that gave me a thumbs down. Thumbs down for you too. I don't like you neither. You don't like me? Good. We even. I don't like you neither. Lucky Marino says shame can last for a lifetime. Yes, it can. if you don't deal with it. That shit be manifesting in so many different ways. You know, I was ashamed of my mother, man, growing up. I was, man. I was. The way my father used to beat her up. She used to be crying and shit. She used to be crying. There'd be blood on the floor. Furniture be broke. I'd be scared to death. That shit traumatized me. She used to have to take me to school. She used to have to wear shades from the black eyes. Is this too deep for y'all? Y'all don't want to hear this? Let me know if you want to hear it. Am I going too deep? You too fake for this? You too weak for this? Tell me, man, because I won't go there. You want me to stop? You want to go talk about the Nas album, or you want to talk about the Dipset, the Fat Joe, Ja Rule verses? You want to talk about the Locks, if you want to talk about that, then let me know. Or you want to talk about the real? Don't be sorry that happened to me. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry for me. I see you, Lucky Marino. Don't feel no pity for me. I don't want your sympathy. I don't want a motherfucking thing from none of y'all. I'm doing this shit because this is my life. Yeah. Show 'em what's up.
Stigmatism, man, what's up?
Don't listen. When I share my tragedies, when I share my heartbreaks, don't fucking feel sorry for me. You're not gonna get no points for me. I'm not gonna goddamn come curry you. Thank you for feeling sorry for me, man. Fuck that. I don't care if you feel sorry or not. I'm not here to get your goddamn sympathy. That ain't here what I'm gonna do. Somebody need to hear this somewhere in this world because they going through the self-same thing and they smoking angel dust behind it. Somebody need to hear this somewhere in the world because she's out there selling pussy behind this because she can't deal with her past. Somebody need to hear this because they out there smoking weed and getting high all day because something like this happened in their past. They need to hear this so I can free them. Somebody out there, some little young dumb nigga finna go join a gang and shoot and kill somebody because he going through the same. He need to hear this. That's why I'm doing this. Lucky Marino represent. But she used to have to take me to school and she would have shades on because she had black eyes. And that shit used to embarrass me. I used to have to catch a cab to school some days because my father would take the car or we would leave. We would have to leave. She would get scared and pack me and her up and we'd go live somebody else's house. That shit bothered me, man. I was below the third grade. This is what was going on in my life from kindergarten through the third grade on a regular basis. So that shit traumatized me, man. And it definitely impacted me going forward, self-esteem wise, self-confidence. And, you know, I had to deal with that, man. I had to deal with that. I had to write about that shit. I wrote about that shit in here. It's in here. Look at all that writing I do, man. I write, man. You ain't no writer? I fix me. I'm gonna fix me. I ain't finna let me be hurt. I'm not going through this life hurt. Because I hurt a lot of people. But most of all, I hurt myself. Because I was hurt back then and didn't know how to do it. So now I'm growing up with all this shame and hurt. Now I want to be accepted by people that don't love me. I want to be hanging with the people that I don't got no business hanging with. Here I am. I'm a goddamn genius. I win in the third grade. I used to win all of the math bees, all of the spelling bees. I used to win them every week, the math bee and the spelling bee. I was a straight A student. I was the only black kid in the class. It was all white kids, and I was the only spook in the class. And look at my traps. Look at that. Look at that right there. I was a genius. I was a genius. My mother used to make me do, I knew my multiplication, man, in first, second grade. My mother didn't play that. She was big on education. You gotta get you an education. You gotta get an education now. You got to get an education. But when I got to junior high school, I was in gifted and talented classes, but I started smoking weed, man, in the 7th grade. Yes, I did. And then I started hanging out with the wrong crowd. All because I wanted acceptance. And I wanted to be liked by the cool dudes. And my father wasn't there. He wasn't there to straighten me out, get me right, yoke me up, whoop my ass, punch me in the mouth. And I went downhill. I went downhill fast. You understand? So, somebody need to hear this. You know what I'm saying? Go back and look at your childhood and the shit that bothered you, man. And if the people that bothered you, if the people that fucked you around are still alive, confront them. That's a part of the healing. That's a part of the healing. Got to confront those that did you wrong. You ain't got to whoop their ass or do nothing to them. Just confronting them alone is enough. And it could bring closure to you. It could bring closure to you. Because when you confront somebody, you're standing up for yourself. You're letting them know, yeah, you got that out, you got that off, you got down on me on that, yeah, you got that off. But you see me, I'm here in your face, and I'm letting you know that I know what you did. That feels good. And if you could whoop their ass and not get on camera, then do that. Do that too. But you got to start looking at building your self-esteem. And I can't give you the blueprint. You know what you got to do. You know what bothers you. You know what happened to you. You know your story. So there is no template. There is no build your confidence. There is no build your self-confidence template that you can give to 18,000 people and they all can do it and apply it to their life. No. Because there's 18,000 different experiences. Yeah, some of the basics, positive self-talk. But a lot of times you can't even get to the positive self-talk until you deal with the trauma. So, you got to do your own homework on yourself. You got to do your own homework on yourself. Y'all sharing this link? Share this link. Share this link. Share this link. Nigga got that motherfucking Fed look. I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I ain't had no bubble gum all day. I got a piece of bubble gum. I started to eat it, but I ain't had no bubble gum all day. I'm trying to come off the sugar. That's why my stomach is fat. My gut is up because I eat too much sugar. So I'm finna cut back on that. But I confidence can get you places, man. Go, G, what up? Y'all go buy my book, man. GunbyPublishing.BigCartel.com. Support the platform. Get a t-shirt, get a hat, get something. Sign up for my Patreon channel. The Patreon channel was sold. Click on that link right there. There you go, right there. The Patreon channel was sold. Sign up for that. It's $5 a month. Or you can pay $55 for the whole year. Support the platform. Confidence could get you places, man. It can open doors for you. It's attractive. Women love it. Women love it. 28 is a good number. Common Good, what up? 28 years old is a good time to be alive. You should be taking huge risks and going for yours. You should be planning every day. You should be sitting your ass down every night. If you 28, if you in your 20s, listen to me. Listen to me. If you in your 20s, listen to this. Yeah. If you in your 20s, listen to what I'm finna tell you.
Stigmatism, man, what's up?
If you in your 20s, you should be sitting down every day, writing your plan. You should be writing an eight-week plan. You should be writing after you do your 8 weeks of where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing over the next 8 weeks. You should be writing a 23-week plan. After you do the 23-week plan, you should be writing a 37-week plan. And as these days are being lived out, you should be going back and writing and checking your results with what you wrote, young nigga. And when I say nigga, I'm talking to the white boys, talking to the Spanish boys, to the Asian boys, to the black boys, to the European boys, to the African boys, to the Caribbean boys, to the South. I'm talking to everybody. And you should be on top of your game. My suggestion to you would be put the weed down, put the liquor down for a second and start working on your life. Exercise on a regular basis. Take your young ass to sleep the same time every night. Wake your young ass up every morning at the same time. And get busy with your life. If you're in your 20s, you should be taking a lot of risks. Not jail time risks. Not federal prison risks. Not penitentiary risks. Business risks. Calculated business risks. Without risk, there is no reward. Little risk, little reward. Big risk, big reward. That's just the way that it go. Stop with all that crybaby shit. I don't want to hear that shit. What happened to you? What's going on? All this and that. Write about that too. And come to terms with it. And resolve it in your mind. And get your shit together. '30s too. You got to be going all out. You got to be going all out. Take the music out of your ears. Turn the TV off. Put the weak ass video game down. You too old to be playing that shit. You too old to be goddamn playing that shit. What's Dior, Marino? Always do your door when taking risks. Do your own research. Do your own research. Is that what that means? Do your own research? That's what I will give to you guys that are 20. I wish somebody would have told me that when I was 20. I couldn't hear nothing. Just like y'all can't hear nothing. You think you know everything, but you don't know shit. And you're not going to really learn that. You're not going to know and accept that you don't know nothing until you get in your 40s. You're going to say, man, when I was in my 20s, I was dumb. Do your own research, yeah. Stop being weak. Stop being weak, mentally weak. Stop being emotional. Stop that shit. Everything will get taken care of if you take care of it. Everything. Hit that like button. If you just came in here, hit that like button, man. Appreciate you. Work on your confidence. If you in your 20s, you're supposed to be working on your confidence. If you want to talk to me, anybody that wants to talk to me on a one-on-one, sign up for my Patreon. Go to my Patreon. And sign up for the $100 tier. And I got some exercises that you could do. I can work with you one-on-one to help build your self-perception. But you got to pay me. I'm not doing that for free. This shit here I do for free. People say I should charge for this, but I don't. You know. But if you want to work with me on a one-on-one, I will work with you on a one-on-one. It's $100. You get 2 30-minute FaceTime sessions with me. And we're going to talk about you and your situation, what you got going on. I'm going to learn you. You're going to learn me. We're going to build a rapport. And then I'm going to come up with some things that I want you to do that's going to help you, get you on track, to get you right. Joe 2-0, what up? My Patreon link is right here. Let me put it up here. It's pinned at the top, but there goes the link right there for my Patreon channel. If you don't want to do that, just sign up for the $55 a year joint. I put content up over there. Make sure you subscribe. Everybody that came into this live, please subscribe. Thank you. We on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We well on our way. What y'all want to talk about now? What y'all want to talk about now? Where my man at who gave me the super chat? Let me see if he's still in here. Yo, Maximus, Zorro Cell, you still in here? Yo, Maximus, you still in here? Happy life. What up? Thank you, man. K-Mac, you still in here? If K-Mac and Maximus still in here, man, y'all gave me a super chat, man. Let me know. Give me a topic. We're going to take off on it right now. I'm in here. I got my shirt off. Did y'all see me go on Whole Foods today with no shirt on? I went in there with no shirt on. They came and made me put it on. I said, my skin, my shirt. I said, my skin, my shirt. Thank you for the likes, man. I got 70 likes, man. This is dope. Appreciate y'all. $56 people in here on 1,000 subscribers. That's great. You see a lot of people got channels with 20,000 subscribers and they can't get 50 people on their live. 100,000 subscribers, they can't get people on their live. Yeah, they made me put my shirt on in there. Man, I said, yo, my skin, my shirt. I said, don't I look good, though? She said, yeah, but you got to put your shirt on. I put my shirt on. Old girl went and told on me. She ratted on me. Where my man at? Yo, Maximus, you still in here, man? Maximus and K-Mac. I'm only gonna fuck with them. They gave me super chats, man, so I'm gonna deal with them. If you want me to talk about something, man, I done talked about a lot already. Look how my arm, look at all them cuts in my arm, man. Look at that shit. 52 years old. Yeah, she ratted on me, man. I don't care, though. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? What's up? Work out, man. Eat right. Love yourself. Spend time with your children. Spend time with your children. Spend time with your children, man, while you can. Spend time with them while they want to spend time with you. Let me see if I can get K-Mac on the phone, man. Hold up. Let me see if I can get K-Mac on the phone. Hold on, y'all. I might be able to get him on the phone, y'all. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, he on another call. He on another call. Hold on. Let me see something. I might be able to call him and break through. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. All right, let me see. Yo, K-Mac.
Dope show, bro.
Yo, I'm gonna call you back on my 862 number. I'm gonna bring you on the show. I want you to give us a topic, man.
All right.
All right. Somebody just signed up for the Patreon joint. Tariq, what up?
Hello.
K-Mac, what's up, baby? Shout out to you, man.
What up, bro?
Thank you for that super
Shout
chat,
out.
man. I appreciate you, man.
No problem, bro. Shout out to you and the whole fam up here.
Hey, man, K-Mac says shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody on the live, man. Hey, K-Mac, give me a topic, man. Something to talk about, man. What's going on with you?
What's going on right now? You've been hitting the situation about the court system and the kids and all that. You know how to maintain through that. I guess everything else you've been really hitting home with been on point. I guess I was want to see if you could touch on a topic like, you know, like right now with me, right? So I got it, and you know what I went through. So trying to find a gig, moving to a new city. Boy, I was hungry when I got here, and I'm still hungry. But now I feel myself getting a little comfortable now. So I need to get that, you know, that fire back. You know, it's been 5-6 months. I feel myself getting, falling back. I need to get that fire, that energy back. So I guess something like that, you know what I'm saying? How to get that momentum, how to get that fire, that hunger back, you know what I mean?
Man, shout out to K-Mac, man. That's a great topic. That's a great topic. That's a great topic. And this is what made Tiger Woods so, when he was in his prime, this is what made him so deadly, was after he went from an amateur to pro and signing with Nike for multi-million dollars, signing with Titleist, multi-million-dollar deal, Rolex, multi-million-dollar deal, all of these companies, he still went out and wanted to kill the competition every week, every Sunday. He had the money. He could have easily chilled and had 3-4 honeys over every day, drinking menage a trois, but he was still going on the range in the dark, hitting 500 balls after a round of golf, practicing every day. Muhammad Ali reaches the pinnacle, world heavyweight champ of the world, all of the accolades, all of the money, but he doesn't allow that to get in front of his goal of being the greatest. And yo, K-Mac, man, I did that, man. When I had got a lot of money, man, I started to slack up, on the discipline game. I felt like, well, shit, I done made it now. So, I don't, let me chill, but we gotta, you set a goal and you reach the goal. After you reach it, we got to set another one.
Right.
We got to set another one. You got to stay hungry, man. You got to stay hungry. That's why you see a kid that come from the ghetto, man, on sports or whatever, and he go up against a kid that comes from a well-to-do household. You can see the difference.
No doubt.
Because that kid that coming from them food stamps and that wick, he hungry, man.
No doubt.
So yeah, man, that was a great topic, man. I appreciate you. I know I called you on the whim, man, and I appreciate you taking the call and agreeing to come on the show. And once again, man, thank you for that super chat, man.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you for the advice, man. That's real talk, because it's like holding yourself accountable, man. That's big, bro. And you got that small win, but like you just said, though, you got to stay hungry, because they always coming for you. They always coming for you. You take a little dub, get a little confidence. Like I said, you got to stay humble and know that that's not really a win. You got to get up and stay grinding. So I see myself. I slacked off with the early mornings. I was getting up like 4:35, getting that workout in, getting to work before everybody. Now I'm like starting to get a little comfortable. And that same energy, I could feel it. My people, my subordinates feel it. You know what I mean? The honeys feel it. Everybody feel it when I slacking off. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in that zone, the building is different. The honeys is different. Everything is different. So we gotta maintain, hold ourselves accountable on that level. So.
And you know what, K-Mac? You know what's real? You know what's real is a motherfucker that just like I achieved that win, if I don't nurture it, protect it, and take care of it, that shit could turn into a loss.
Right. Facts.
And knowing Sean G, I could sabotage that shit and fuck myself around and lose it, man.
Yep.
So I got to stay taking my shower at 8 o'clock, 8:15. I gotta stay getting ready for bed at 9:30. You know, I gotta stay, you know, just laying there, letting myself get sleepy, turning off the lights, turning off, you know, and I got to stay getting up at 5:40, 5:45, even when I win. Even when I win.
Yep. Productivity, keeping that productivity up, man. You know?
Right.
That's like, right. Getting them early wins, that workout.
There you go. You call it, those are wins. You know those are wins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like you say, people can see it.
Mm-hmm.
They can see when you look like you winning, and they can see when they look like you losing.
Yep. Facts.
And feed off of that.
You spoke about that before. You're right. You spoke about it a few seconds ago, you said something to the effect of, you know, the spiritual inside, you know, you feel it. Your confidence is up. You know you came in there ready to work. You know what you did at the gym or at the park. So you come in there focused before everybody and you ready to get. And even though they work for you, that business is your competition. You are your competition. Staying hungry, having that fair look in the corporate world, that's what I'm trying to get to. Because complacency and laziness, see it kicking in, but I'm on top of it. You know, I already got a plan. Get back to what it was 6 months ago when I first started. You know, a couple wins don't mean nothing. I got to hold myself accountable and get right.
And check this out, K-Mac. When I'm on top of my game and I'm working out in the morning and I'm eating right and I'm getting to work early, I'm easier to deal with. My patience is longer.
Facts.
My tolerance is longer.
Right.
I'm more understanding. Because I feel good about me because I know I done took care of everything.
Right.
But now let's flip that coin over. I done stopped working out. Now I'm goddamn stopping at the store, getting me a cupcake, a cake and a soda to go to work. I'm getting there just at clock in time instead of 20 minutes early or 30 minutes early. I know I done went backwards. Now I'm not as understanding. My attitude fucked up. I'm talking to people slick and crazy. I'm not hearing nothing. I'm feeling like now people is against me. All the negativity come.
Yep.
And it started with me.
Yep.
My man.
Oh, last thing, Sean.
Hold on, K-Mac. Yo, Brian Choi, man. Thank you, man. Shout out to my man, Brian Choi. Brian, thank you for that super chat. Shout out to Brian Choi. I need everybody in the live to shout out Brian Choi. My man is in the military over there in Hawaii. You understand? United States military, doing his thing, keeping us safe. Brian Choi, appreciate you for that super chat. Go ahead, K-Mac. You got the floor.
Now, I guess last time, I guess to go coincide with what you were saying earlier, I guess that kind of how the procrastination too, though, right? Because if you find yourself slipping, part of slipping is that procrastination as well, right? So
without a doubt,
how do we combat that? The same methods you're saying?
Yeah, man. Procrastination. That's a mean disease, man. Because here it is. I know that I have the opportunity to do this thing. I should be doing it. There's a death, and I'm just putting it off, and I'm going to watch ESPN.
Right.
That's a problem. That's me.
Right.
That's me. So now I wake up the next day. And I do that shit again. You know, that comes back to my low self-esteem.
Yep.
You know, working against my self-confidence. Instead of saying, Sean, let me love you. Let me help you. This shit need to get done. I got 3 weeks to get it done. But I'm off today. I'm going down there today. I'm going to see about this today.
Right. No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, man.
Yep. My man. Always coming through.
K-Mac, we got to talk, man. We're going to talk this week.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother.
You got it, man. Peace.
Peace.
Shout out to K-Mac. Yo, Brian Choi, man, you got to get me You got to get me your number, man. You got to get me your number so I could call you, man, because you showing a lot of support, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, Brian, you got a topic you want me to touch on, man? Brian Choi, give me a topic, man. Yo, we live. This is the podcast, so please share this link. I'm glad y'all came through, man. I love all y'all. This was a good live. Physical fitness and its impact on self-esteem, self-confidence, and building your self-confidence. My man Brian Choi getting ready to give us a topic. You gonna give us a topic, Brian, or you good, man? You gonna chill back? If you don't want to give it to me this time, you can give it to me on the next live. Thank you for your super chat. Silver and Black 831, Charles Wallace. Victoria, you're going to make it, big bro. Keep doing your thing. It definitely puts the mind right. Shout out to Victoria. LL said Floyd Mayweather. Charles Wallace, what's up, man? Thank you for that super chat, man. Sean G, have you ever read A Conversation with the Devil? Nah, what is that, Charles? It's a book? Have you had A Conversation with the Devil? I got to check that out. Nah, I never read it, man. It's good? Give me a topic, Charles. Shout out to Brian Choi. Book about distractions. Charles Wallace in here, man. Charles Wallace suggesting a book, A Conversation with the Devil. It's a book about distractions. Everybody give Charles a shout out, man. I'm way better with distractions than I used to be. And it probably has a lot to do with that I'm broke, right? Because when you're broke, you are more focused on your situation and getting out of your situation and getting yourself in a position to where your net worth is larger and you have more options. The larger your net worth, the more choices you have, the more freedoms you have. And it could be attributed to my age. I'm a little older. I know what I'm doing. I know where I want to go. I understand I don't have a whole lot of time. My time is finite. You know, when you have a lot of money, you got a lot of choices and you got a lot of options, especially when it comes to women. That could be a huge distraction, and it was for me. Aki Debo in the building. And when you're young and in your 20s and 30s, 40s, you know, you don't really know who you are. You're trying to find yourself. You can get easily distracted. The distractions will dissipate and become few in number when I stop fucking around with my existence and I figure out who I am, what makes me tick, what am I about, what I like, what I don't like, what do I want, what don't I want. When I have that conversation with myself and I start answering those questions, then the distractions can go from being real big to real small. Yes. Yes. So when you got a plan and you working on a plan, appreciate your fitness green. When you got a plan and you working on your plan, your distractions are gonna be limited too. The distractions will always be there. The fact is, the question will become is, will you indulge in them or not? Will you indulge in these distractions or not? Or will you maintain your discipline? Charles Wallace, thank you for that super chat. That's the question. Like, I don't have a lot of honeys, man. I don't deal with a lot of honeys no more, man. Because I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm not where I want to be. But the question, the real test is going to come is when I do get $2 or $3 million in the bank, what will my honey game look like then? Because I'll be able to afford more honeys. Am I not dealing with a lot of honeys because I can't afford to? Or is it by choice? I think it's by choice. But if I'm sitting on 2-3 million, I got more options, more choices, I may start dealing with more honeys. I may become distracted easier. I might. Because you could then tell honey, be like, yo, meet me at the airport. Let's go. Where we going, Sean? Well, we're going to fly to Memphis, Tennessee. For what? We're just going to go down there, get something to eat, stay a night or two, and come back. But I didn't pack. Don't worry about it. We're going to buy all our stuff. I didn't pack neither. Just meet me at the airport. We're going to buy all new clothes when we get down there. Where I'm gonna put my car? Just park it in front of the airport. In the short-term parking. We coming back in 2 days. I ain't got no money. Well, don't worry about that. I got it. You could do stuff like that. So that's when the real question comes to yourself about your distractions and your discipline. We got money. You know? What's up, y'all? What's up, man? What's going on? All right, man. Y'all, I'm finna get up out of here, man. We've been on here long enough. Anybody got anything else they want to talk about? Charles, what else you want to talk about, man? Shout out to Charles Wallace for the super chat. Shout out to Brian Choi for the super chat. Shout out to my man Maximus Zorro Cell for the super chat. And my man K Mac for the super chat. And he called in. I called him, rather. Rap to him, man. This has been a good one. Still hungry. What up? This has been a good one, man. Tomorrow's Monday. I'll probably go live again tomorrow. Reality versus imagination. Charles Wallace, reality versus imagination. But isn't my imagination my reality? Can I manifest my imagination? If I see it in my mind, that's really only the first place I have to see it, because then I can make it become physical reality with my work. Right? So if you imagine something, it's an image. If I imagine it, if I can envision it, I can do it. If I can see it, I can be it. If I can conceive it, I can achieve it. So I think my imagination and my reality are one and the same. I have to literally see myself where I want to be. $300 coming in here with the Kabbalion. The mind is all. The all is all. The all is in all. You know, I remember when I was trying to become a millionaire the first time, I used to talk about it all the time. I used to say it wasn't a matter of when I was going to be, it wasn't a matter of if I was going to become a millionaire. It was just a matter of when. And it came true. And I speak in the affirmative now that I'm going to make my money back again. But I need to start speaking it more every day. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. I need to start doing that. Because that's the imagination. Right? What we imagine, we speak. If we speak our imagination, our words have life. And if you could do it in your mind, you can put it in your mind and match it up with your heart. The physical manifestation is just a matter of time. That's it. Sean G, I'm going, y'all. Peace. Yeah. Sean, what's up?
Stigmatism, man, what's up? Do anything.
Okay. What is it, man?
Stigmatism in my soul.
Okay. You got it, man?
Do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
You sure?
Put your mind to it. Do anything.